Oh, this video looks kind of fuzzy. Huh. I don't know how to correct this. It looks, I don't know. Maybe it's the weather. Let me move I had it on a elevated um, platform there. Let me move it. It looks kind of fuzzy. I don't know. I don't know what's going on today. Let me see something. Trying to see if it would go get clearer. Ooh, I think I made it worse, guys. I don't know what's going on. Uh, let's see if I can find a tissue over here. Oh, I think that's better. I don't know. Excuse me for a minute. Oh, oh, that's better. Ah. Anyway, so I'm so happy to see you today, and once again, I thank God for waking me up to see another day. And today's Saturday, and I know a lot of you are very, very happy. Oh my goodness, that's that cough I told you about. Let me drink something. Mm. I know a lot of you are happy that it's the weekend, and because you can get some rest or whatever it is that you do, the laundry or whatever. Ah, something that really irritates me about, I must say, some people, because not all people. Why are people so envious of other people? That is so irritating. There are people who, I guess, they put the effort to accomplish whatever goals they accomplish. Good for them. I celebrate people who are doing well, who are happy. I celebrate them. There's no need to be envious of people because they appear to be doing better than you are. It's my belief system, as long as you have health and strength and you put forth the effort, you could accomplish goals, but you have to be determined, because if you're not determined and you don't pursue your goals, it's not gonna happen. I guess the reason why some people are jealous of other people is because some people have the determination to keep going regardless of what opposition they face, and maybe maybe they don't have that determination themselves. Thus it thus they like are envious and jealous of people who, even though they go through adversity, they still manage to accomplish goals and situations. But I'm telling you, it takes a lot of courage to live this life. And family is so very important, and it's just unfortunate that some family are just not like together and close. It's very unfortunate because the world is tough as it is. You know what I mean? You have to deal with outsiders who are not necessarily the best of people. So you would like to think you could like have your family members there, to have conversations with and to be on your side. But sometimes even your family members are your worst enemies. And that is unfortunate. But anyway, you got to live your life, because guess what? You walk in your own shoes. Nobody else does. No one could live your life for you. But again, it'd be nice if you had, support of the people that are near and dear to you, like your family members. But anyway, today we're going to talk about personification, which is another literary device. Okay, and it comes under the heading of, well, it's a form of figurative language. In the category of literary devices, we have elements and techniques, and those are technical terminologies. I don't want to boggle your brain with them right now. But right now, we're talking figurative language, which is one of the literary devices, and it's called personification. Actually, personification is one of my favorites. I love similes and metaphors because as a writer, I use a lot of similes and metaphors in my writing. Matter of fact, I use a lot of literary devices in my writing, because guess what? Literary devices, they make your writing pop, they make it exciting and fun. When you listen to the songs that your favorite songwriters write, they use literary devices in their songs. I challenge you to print out their songs and look through it and see what you can identify. I'm sure you'll be able to identify literary, similes, metaphors. And today we're going to talk about personification for a brief moment. You'll be able to identify personification as well, you know. So here we go. What is personification? Personification is giving human qualities to non human things. So I wrote out the definition. Let me see on one of my pages here because I don't want to leave anything out because I have a tendency to leave things out. Okay, let me see. Personification is a type of figurative language that gives human traits to animals, plants, objects, and other non human things. You got that? It gives human traits to animals, objects, plants, and other non human things. That's personification. So let me give you some examples. I have my own examples, of course. And there are a lot of examples that you probably most likely hear in the media. The advertisements, different advertisements have them. I can't think of any at the top of my mouth right now, but I'm sure that I've heard them with Kleenex, um, various other ads that they do on the TV. A lot of them use personification. But anyway, here's my example. I love this one. The door hit me in my face. Now, we know a door is not a human, right? So it's an object. So the door hits me in my face. That's personification because I just gave the door a human quality. Here's another one. My car keys pinched my finger. That's another quality, giving the car keys the quality of pinching my finger because the car key is not a human being, it's an object. And it pinched my finger. And how about this one? The rain kissed me on my face. You see how that works? You see how simple that is? Some of my students had problems, understanding literary devices. And by the grace of God, when I was able to make it simple for them, I actually use some of their famous artists like Jay-Z and these people who, by the way, I'm not really into them because of what they're into, their spiritual lives. I'm not into them. But, as a teacher, I was able to use certain, strategies to help the students to best understand literary devices. And it worked because clearly, if I had like 20 students plus, actually, yeah, more than 20 students who acquired 100 on the English regions in 2016, I must have been doing something right. So I thank God for giving me the insight and the ability to hone in on whatever I needed to hone in on to help them to do well on the English regions. Anyway, so I think, let me see if I could find some on the internet here that could that you might be familiar with. So hold on. Um, Literary elements and techniques. Oh, while I look for the examples of, see if I'm looking for ads that you might be familiar with on the internet here. through my cell phone, by the way. Here's one though. Well, here's a few. She's as happy as a clam. Well, we know that's a simile, right, guys? Simile, as happy as a clam. You look like an angel. We know that's a simile. The pen can be a mighty tool. What is that one? The pen is being described as a mighty tool. What is that? Sounds like a metaphor. Dancing stars fill the sky. Well, we know dancing stars fill the sky is personification because the dancing sky, the dancing stars fill the sky. So the dancing and the stars is saying that the stars are dancing. All right, so let me. Oh, here's some interesting one here. Oh, wait a minute. Persona. The coffee shop is an ice box. Well, that's actually referring to figurative language in general. Let me find something that's personification here. I'm scrolling through, I'm looking for personification. Oh my goodness. But I think you get the point because it's not really hard to understand what personification is. Ah, here it is. Opportunity knocked at his door. I found this on, let me see where this one is. I'm looking for yourdictionary.com. That's where I found this. I just Googled it and found it. So that's an example of personification, opportunity. We know that opportunity is nothing physical, it's not human. So opportunity knocked at his door. The sun greeted me this morning, dancing. Oh, I read that one already. Um, the radio suddenly stopped singing. Isn't that pretty? You see how personification works? It just makes it more interesting to read and less boring. That's what figurative language is. That's what literary devices are about anyway. They make reading so much more fun because you got to use your prior knowledge of things, and I'm going to use the word imagination to actually see and feel what the author is trying to convey, and it's such a beautiful thing. My car engine grumbled before rumbling to life. What? You see how beautiful that is, guys? Right? Car engine grumbled before rumbling to life. Isn't that better than saying that the car engine was making noise before it started running? Do you see the difference? When it's written in the form of a literary device, it sounds so much more interesting. And I don't know about you, but I get excited with literary devices. And by now, I would think that, well, that's simple to understand. Let me see. I'm scrolling through this phone because I'm sure I saw some ads somewhere. I can't remember what the ads are. I'm not going to lie to you. But there are ads that had personification in them. So, you know what? I'm going to give you that as homework. I'm going to ask you to see if you can, as you listen to TV or whatever, see if you can identify ads with personification. Now, folks, my good friends, you see how simple it is. Similes, I'm sure you got that 100%. Metaphors, I know you got that 100%. I believe in you folks. And now personification, which is my absolute favorite personification. I love going home to Trinidad. Right now, I'm in the US and I hope to go home for the holidays. And I'm excited. The plane will lift me off the ground and carry me peacefully to my destination, Trinidad. You see, the plane lifts me off the ground. You know what? I'm going to give myself a homework. I'm going to write me a poem, and I'm going to combine similes, metaphors, and personification and share it with you. I don't know if it will be tomorrow or sometime in the coming couple of days. How's that? Because I'm just here right now. I'm heading out. My battery's getting lower and lower. And what? Let me see what time. Oh, I got to be leaving in a few minutes because I am literally producing a play that I wrote. So I am got to get to rehearsal because I have people coming through because the play has to be it has to be lit. Matter of fact, it's lit, and the play has to be like because I'm a person of excellence. It has to be done just right. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a pleasure meeting up with you today for these few minutes. I don't stay long anyway, but what I'd like each and every one of us to do is, celebrate other people's accomplishments. Don't feel jealous of other people because of what they have, because you don't even know what they did to get what they have, and you don't know how they're living. And as a matter of fact, according to the word of God, you're not going to get what you don't want other people to have. That's in the Bible. I don't recall where it is right now, but I'm going off of memory. So if you want things for yourself, celebrate other people who have it. Because when you're resentful and jealous of other people who have, you're putting yourself in a negative spiritual space because it will not happen for you. I, as a matter of fact, firmly believe, and I know, not just believe, I know that we are spirit, that life is spiritual. And I know, and you've heard that before. Hopefully, you've heard it before, because life is spiritual. And we are spirit beings housed in a physical body. So, again, I'm going to challenge you to take care of your bodies by, cutting down on those. Matter of fact, try to eliminate sugar as much as possible, because sugar really isn't good for you. I know of a lady that I'm somewhat connected to, and I listened to her. I was at a conference in, I think it was Texas. Yeah, it was Texas, and she spoke on how her husband had diabetes, and he was really actually expected to die. But by the grace of God, because she was so into fitness, and I'm paraphrasing, she did some research and came up with a whole new diet for him. And how many years later, he's still alive and he's flourishing. So sugar is not our friend. And not just sugar, apparently there are a few other things that's not our friend, And according to what, and I believe her actually, because this woman is not someone who's going to make up a story and lie, you know. Who's trying to contact me? Yeah. This person is not someone who's going to lie and make up a story, because there are some people who fear God. And this lady, I believe she fears God. So she's not going to make up a story just to lead people astray, because the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Someone's blowing up my phone. All right. So, anyway, I'm not going to belabor it. I just came on to show you what personification is. And matter of fact, I think next time I might. Well, I'm working on the poem. I'm going to work on the poem because I want it to be tight when I'm finished with it before I share it with you. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to share it with you. Maybe in the next couple of days. I don't know. But I want it to be real tight when I'm done with it. But I'm going to share some more personifications with you. I'm going to come up with it myself, my own personification. And I'm going to ask you to come up with a few of your own, because it really is a lot of fun. I know a lot of people think, I was an English teacher, And a lot of people think of English as boring, but really, is it really boring, folks? Because really, you listen to the music, right? Right? A lot of folks think that writing and all these things is really like, oh my God, it's so dull and boring. But is it really? I want you to ask yourselves that. Is it really as boring as you say it is? Anyway, I pray that you have a blessed day, a safe and a healthy day. And I am exiting right now, and see you next time. Bye.